Picture this. You just drove your brand new SUV off the lot, that new car smell still hanging in the air, and 6 months later, you're desperately trying to sell it, willing to lose thousands just to escape. Sounds crazy, right? But it's happening more than you think. iSeeCars just analyzed over 18.5 million vehicle sales, and they found that while the average new car resale rate is just 3.6%, some SUVs are being dumped at rates 8 times higher. Today, we're counting down 12 SUVs that buyers regret so much they're selling within the first year. Let's get into it. Number 12, Volkswagen Taos, 2024 to 2026. You know an SUV is in trouble when Consumer Reports ranks it as the second least reliable car they tested in 2024. The only vehicle that scored worse? The Chrysler Pacifica hybrid minivan. That's the company you're keeping with the Taos. The problems aren't subtle either. Owners report brake squealing that sounds like a dying cat, engine electronics that throw check engine lights for no apparent reason, and mysterious rattles and leaks that dealers can't seem to fix permanently. One owner on the VW forums documented 3 dealer visits in the first 6 months just for transmission shuddering. Each time the service advisor said it was normal operation. Spoiler alert, it wasn't normal. The 2025 model got a refresh with a bigger touchscreen and a slightly more powerful engine, but VW also raised the price by $1,000. So you're paying more money for the same underlying problems. That's like charging extra for a nicer paint job on a sinking ship. RepairPal ranks the Taos 19th out of 26 subcompact SUVs, which is a polite way of saying there are 18 better options. Annual maintenance runs $682 compared to $301 for a Honda HR-V. That's over double the cost for a vehicle that's less reliable. The 8-speed automatic feels like it can't decide which gear it wants. It hunts, it hesitates, and sometimes it just gives up and picks a random gear. Not exactly confidence-inspiring when you're merging onto a highway. If you want a subcompact SUV that won't make you question your life choices, grab a Honda HR-V, Mazda CX-30, or Subaru Crosstrek instead. Number 11, Jeep Grand Cherokee, 2024 to 2026. The Jeep Grand Cherokee made Consumer Reports' 10 least reliable vehicles list, and honestly, it earned that spot through sheer determination to break down in creative ways. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, fuel economy. You're getting 19 to 20 miles per gallon in real-world driving. That's 2015 numbers in a 2026 SUV. At $3.50 per gallon, you're basically hemorrhaging money every time you drive to the grocery store. But bad fuel economy would be forgivable if the thing was reliable. It's not. The Uconnect 5 infotainment system has more mood swings than a teenager. One day it works fine, the next day it's frozen on the startup screen, and by Wednesday it's rebooted itself 3 times during your morning commute. Here's a fun story. A couple in Michigan is currently suing Stellantis because their brand new Grand Cherokee shut off on the freeway. Not a warning light, not a limp mode, just full shutdown and moving traffic. Their SUV spent 8 months at the dealership during a 39-month lease. That's 20% of the lease with the vehicle in the shop. The plug-in hybrid 4xe is even worse. Stellantis recalled over 91,000 of them for sudden power loss. Imagine you're merging onto the interstate and your $65,000 Jeep just decides, nah, I'm done. Terrifying doesn't begin to cover it. Now, if you're enjoying this parade of automotive disasters, smash that like button. It helps me keep exposing vehicles that'll wreck your budget. RepairPal shows annual maintenance at $666, which sounds reasonable until you factor in the $4,500 transmission rebuild or the $2,800 electrical system repair that seems to hit around 60,000 miles. If you want a reliable 3-row SUV, grab a Honda Pilot, Toyota Highlander, or Mazda CX-90 instead. Number 10, Ford Explorer, 2024 to 2026. The Ford Explorer ranks 19th out of 26 midsize SUVs, and Cars Direct analyzed the numbers and declared it the worst SUV to lease. When the financing experts are telling you to run away, maybe listen. Ford just finished paying out a $1 billion lawsuit over their tiny EcoBoost engines. You'd think they learned their lesson, right? Nope. They're now facing another class action over the 2.7-liter V6 for transmission failures and carbon buildup. It's like watching someone step on the same rake twice. The 10-speed automatic is the real star of the show. And by star, I mean disaster. Owners describe it as feeling like the transmission is thinking before it shifts, and not in a good way. More like it's buffering like a YouTube video on slow internet. One owner's 2024 Explorer ST went into limp mode at 8,000 miles. The dealer said they needed to replace the entire transmission on a car with 8,000 miles. The vehicle sat at the dealership for 6 weeks weeks waiting for parts while the owner kept making $780 monthly payments on an SUV they couldn't drive. The Sync 4 Infotainment looks great in photos, but behaves like it's perpetually confused. Wireless CarPlay disconnects randomly, navigation crashes mid-route, and software updates somehow make things worse. It's almost impressive how consistently unreliable it is. Fuel economy is stuck in 2015, 20 to 22 miles per gallon combined for the base engine. My neighbor's 2016 Explorer gets better mileage. That's not progress, Ford. If you want a reliable three-row SUV without the drama, grab a Honda Pilot, Toyota Highlander, or Kia Telluride instead. Number 9. Mazda CX-90 PHEV, 2024 to 2026. Mazda's first attempt at a three-row luxury SUV should have been great. Instead, the plug-in hybrid version feels like a beta product that escaped the testing facility. The PHEV system has what Motor Trend diplomatically called hard and abrupt shifts when transitioning between electric and gas modes. Translation, it jerks like a teenager learning to drive stick shift. Consumer Reports gave it a below-average reliability rating, which is Mazda's worst score in years. These are the people who make the MX-5 Miata. They know how to build cars. The CX-90 PHEV suggests they forgot temporarily. Owners report the infotainment system refusing to connect to phones, navigation freezing, and, my personal favorite, the entire screen randomly rebooting while you're driving. Nothing says luxury like watching your display restart during a left turn. Build quality issues are embarrassing for a $55,000 to $65,000 SUV. The driver's side mirror shakes at highway speeds. Not vibrates, shakes, like it's as disappointed in this vehicle as the owners are. Here's the kicker. The fuel economy on gas is 20 miles per gallon combined. No better than the regular CX-90. You're paying $8,000 more for the PHEV system and getting zero real-world benefit when the battery's depleted. Software issues led to recalls of over 100,000 CX-90s for faulty dashboard electronics. When your brand new SUV needs a recall before some owners hit 5,000 miles, that's a problem. If you want a reliable three-row luxury SUV, grab a Lexus TX, Acura MDX, or Genesis G V80 instead. Number 8. Volvo XC60 Plug-in Hybrid, 2024 to 2026. The 2024 Volvo XC60 PHEV scored 21 out of 100 for reliability from Consumer Reports. For context, that's worse than a Jeep. Let that sink in. The plug-in hybrid system is the culprit. Owners report battery degradation within the first year, charging failures that leave the vehicle stuck in gas-only mode, and transmission jerks that feel like the SUV can't decide which power source to use. One owner posted a detailed breakdown of their first year, 5 dealer visits, 3 software updates, 2 failed diagnoses, and finally a $12,000 battery pack replacement under warranty. The vehicle worked for a total of 8 months out of 12. That's not transportation. That's a very expensive lawn ornament. The 8-speed automatic paired with the hybrid system creates this weird lurching feeling when accelerating from a stop. It's like the vehicle is constantly surprised you press the gas pedal. Volvo's infotainment is that vertical touchscreen everyone raves about in reviews. In practice, adjusting the climate control requires taking your eyes off the road for a solid 8 to 10 seconds. That's enough time to miss your exit or, hit something. Maintenance costs run $1,063 annually according to RepairPal, 73% higher than the average SUV. Brake jobs are $2,400, transmission fluid changes $500, and even basic services cost premium prices because it's a luxury vehicle. If you want a plug-in hybrid SUV that actually works, grab a Toyota RAV4 Prime or Jeep Wrangler 4xe instead. At least those have been on the market long enough to work out the bugs. Number 7. Jaguar F-PACE, 2024 to 2026. The Jaguar F-PACE has a 13.3% first-year resale rate according to iSeeCars. That's 3.7 times higher than average. For a $71,210 luxury SUV, that's not just bad, it's catastrophic. Jaguar's reliability reputation is so bad that Consumer Reports gives them a 38 over 100 score, hovering just above should probably be recalled. J.D. Power isn't much kinder. The ride is stiff. Like, you can feel every pebble on the road. Stiff. Jaguar calls it sporty. Owners call it uncomfortable. After a few months of being jostled around like a paint can in a mixer, people start shopping for something that won't bruise their spine. Storage space is hilariously bad for a $71,000 SUV. The cargo area and door pockets are smaller than a Honda CR-V that costs $40,000 less. Where did the money go? Certainly not toward practicality. The infotainment system operates with the urgency of a DMV clerk on Friday afternoon. Touch the screen, wait 3 to 5 seconds, maybe something happens. Navigation crashes, wireless CarPlay drops randomly, and software updates are like playing Russian roulette with your electronics. Jaguar announced they're going all-electric by 2026, which means these gas F-PACEs are dinosaurs before they're even paid off. Resale values are already in free fall because nobody wants to buy a discontinued model from a brand with questionable future support. If you want a reliable luxury SUV, grab a Porsche Macan, BMW X3, or Lexus NX instead. Number 6. Mercedes-Benz GLA, 2024 to 2026. The Mercedes GLA has a 16.7% first-year resale rate, 4.6 times higher than average. Even at its relatively affordable $48,548 starting price, buyers are running away faster than you can say German engineering. Here's the problem. The GLA is Mercedes' attempt to make an entry-level luxury SUV, and it shows. The interior uses cheap plastics that creak and rattle. The ride is harsh and choppy, and the turbocharged 2.0-liter four-cylinder sounds like it's angry at you for asking it to accelerate. Real-world fuel economy is 24 to 26 miles per gallon, about the same as a Honda CR-V that costs $15,000 less and doesn't require premium fuel. Speaking of which, hope you like premium gas, because this Mercedes demands it. The MBUX infotainment looks futuristic with its dual screens. Using it feels like playing a frustrating video game where simple tasks require navigating through 7 submenus. Want to adjust the temperature? Good luck finding it without pulling over. Maintenance costs are where Mercedes really gets you. RepairPal shows $987 annually, nearly double a Honda CR-V at $407. Oil changes at the dealer run $200 to $250. Brake jobs cost $1,800. Even tire replacements are expensive because Mercedes specs odd sizes that cost $400 each. Mercedes is dumping $10,000 to $12,000 in combined lease incentives to move these things. When you can lease a brand new one for $550 per month, the used market collapses. Nobody's paying $35,000 for a used GLA when new ones lease that cheap. If you want an entry-level luxury SUV that won't punish you financially, grab a BMW X1, Audi Q3, or just get a Honda CR-V and pocket the savings. Number 5. Mercedes-Benz GLB, 2024 to 2026. The Mercedes GLB has a 21.2% first-year resale rate, meaning 1 in 5 buyers bails within 12 months. At an average price of $52,890, that's a lot of regret. Mercedes marketed the GLB as a 7-passenger luxury SUV. That's technically true the same way a roller skate is technically transportation. The third row fits children under 4 feet 10 inches or adults you don't like very much. One reviewer described the third row as a place to punish your enemies. After sitting back there for 5 minutes, I can confirm that's generous. It's more like a medieval torture device wrapped in leather. The turbocharged 2.0-liter 4-cylinder makes 221 horsepower, which sounds adequate until you load 7 people and try to merge on a highway. The engine screams like it's being personally victimized by your right foot. Build quality is all over the place. Some GLBs are tight and rattle-free. Others sound like a toolbox going downstairs when you hit a bump. It's like Mercedes outsourced quality control to a coin flip. The 8-speed dual-clutch transmission is jerky at low speeds in a way that makes passengers question your driving skills. It's not you, it's the transmission. But try explaining that to your mother-in-law. Annual maintenance runs $1,048 according to RepairPal. That's more than double most compact SUVs. And that's just scheduled maintenance. Repairs are a whole different wallet-draining experience. If you want a 3-row compact SUV, you'd be better off realizing there's no such thing and buying a Honda Pilot or Toyota Highlander like a rational person. Number 4. Porsche Macan, 2024 to 2026. This one surprises people. The Porsche Macan has a 22.2% first-year resale rate. More than 1 in 5 owners sells within 12 months of purchase. The Macan isn't a bad SUV. It's actually pretty great. The problem? Financial reality hits like a freight train. Average price is $75,200. Monthly payments run $1,100 to $1,300. Insurance is $2,800 to $3,400 annually. Fuel costs are $3,000 to $3,500 annually. Maintenance is $1,500 to $2,000 annually. Do the math. You're looking at $2,500 to $3,000 per month in total ownership costs. Around month 6, many buyers have a moment of clarity that goes something like, "Oh God, what have I done?" The base turbocharged 2.0 liter makes 261 horsepower, adequate but not Porsche quick. Buyers expecting sports car acceleration feel disappointed. The Macan S is better but costs $15,000 more. The Macan GTS and Turbo are fantastic but cost $85,000 to $95,000 for a compact SUV. At that point, you're just showing off. Porsche's options pricing borders on predatory. Heated seats, $500. Apple CarPlay, $360. Want a decent sound system? That'll be $1,710. A $75,000 base Macan becomes $88,000 after adding features that come standard on a $35,000 Mazda CX-5. The all-electric Macan launched in 2024, immediately making gas Macans feel outdated. If you just bought a gas Macan and Porsche's entire marketing budget is promoting the EV version, you feel like you bought the wrong one. If you want a luxury compact SUV without the existential financial crisis, grab a BMW X3, Audi Q5, or Lexus NX instead. Number 3, Range Rover Evoque, 2024 to 2026. The Range Rover Evoque has a 16.4% first-year resale rate. Starting price is $50,000, but tick a few options and you're past $65,000 for what's essentially a fancy compact SUV. The problem starts with fuel economy. Real-world testing shows the Evoque getting 20 to 22 miles per gallon combined, despite EPA estimates of 25 miles per gallon. That's Honda CR-V consumption in a vehicle that requires premium fuel. The math doesn't math. The turbocharged 2.0-liter four-cylinder makes 246 to 296 horsepower, depending on trim, but it feels strained, like it's doing you a favor by moving the vehicle. The 9-speed automatic can't decide which gear it wants, creating this constant hunting behavior that's as annoying as it sounds. Reliability is where Land Rover truly shines. At being terrible, J.D. Power gives them 35 out of 100, the worst score of any brand. Consumer Reports won't even recommend them. Real owner costs are brutal. One Evoque owner documented $7,200 in repairs during the first 3 years, $3,800 for transmission valve body replacement, $2,400 for electrical system repairs, $1,000 for various other fixes. And that's considered lucky in the Land Rover world. The panoramic sunroof is standard, which sounds great until the leaks start. And oh, the leaks start. Owners report water in the headliner, soggy carpets, and that lovely mildew smell after rain. Land Rover's PHEV Pro infotainment crashes more than a NASCAR race. Navigation quits mid-route, wireless connections drop randomly, and software updates occasionally brick the entire system. If you want a reliable compact luxury SUV, grab a Porsche Macan, BMW X3, or Audi Q5. Literally anything else. Number 2, Mercedes-Benz C-Class, 2024 to 2026. Wait, the C-Class isn't an SUV? You're absolutely right, but it has a 14.0% first-year resale rate and needs to be mentioned because it's Mercedes' entry-level luxury sedan that people regret almost as much as their SUVs. The C-Class represents the entry point into luxury driving. It's comfortable, filled with upscale features, and should be a keeper. Yet 14% of buyers bail within 12 months. Why? Depreciation hits like a sledgehammer. First-year loss is typically $8,000 to $12,000 depending on trim. You're bleeding money just parking it in your driveway. The turbocharged 2.0-liter four-cylinder in base models feels adequate until you drive literally any competitor. Then it feels underpowered and uninspiring. The AMG models are better, but cost $60,000 to $75,000, which is a lot for a compact sedan. MBUX infotainment looks amazing and operates like it's running on Windows Vista. Everything takes longer than it should. Voice commands work maybe half the time, and God help you if you need to adjust something while driving. Maintenance costs are premium. Annual costs average $908 according to RepairPal. That's more than double a Honda Accord at $400. And we're just talking scheduled maintenance. Repairs are a whole different beast. If you want an entry-level luxury sedan, grab a BMW 3 Series, Audi A4, or just get a Honda Accord Touring and save $20,000. Number 1, Land Rover Discovery Sport, 2024 to 2026. And here we are. The Land Rover Discovery Sport holds the undisputed crown with a 28.3% first-year resale rate. That's 7.9 times higher than the industry average. Nearly 3 out of every 10 buyers dumps this SUV within 12 months. That's not a red flag. That's a red billboard with flashing lights. Average price is $55,188. First-year ownership costs run $24,267 according to Edmunds, with $17,330 of that being pure depreciation. You're losing $1,444 per month just watching it age. The 246 horsepower turbocharged 2.0-liter feels underpowered for a 4,000-pound SUV. It's adequate off-road but underwhelming everywhere else. Many owners buy it expecting Land Rover capability, then realize they could have gotten a Honda CR-V that's more powerful, more reliable, and $20,000 cheaper. The platform is over 10 years old. Land Rover keeps updating the styling and adding features, but underneath, it's the same aging architecture. It's like putting makeup on a tired framework and calling it new. The 9-speed automatic shifts like it's guessing. Sometimes smooth, sometimes jerky, always unpredictable. It's the transmission equivalent of a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Off-road, it's capable. On-road, where you'll actually drive it 95% of the time, it's uncomfortable. The ride is choppy, wind noise is excessive, and the third-row seats are so small, they're basically decorative. Reliability is Land Rover's specialty, at being terrible. Owners report electrical issues, transmission problems, and suspension failures well before 50,000 miles. If you want a compact luxury SUV, buy literally anything else. BMW X3, Audi Q5, Lexus NX, Volvo XC60. All are better choices. So there you have it. 12 SUVs that buyers regret so much they're selling within 12 months, eating massive depreciation just to escape. From Land Rover's 28.3% disaster to Mercedes entry-level nightmares, these prove that expensive doesn't mean satisfying. The moral? Do your research, read owner reviews, and maybe rent one for a week before committing $50,000 plus to something you'll hate. Hit subscribe for more automotive truth and comment which one shocked you most. Thanks for watching.